and welcome to another episode of the Tropical Cajun. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're going to talk about the proper care and treatment of iron skillets. So over the last few weeks I've gotten a lot of inquiries about what is the best way to take care of your iron cookware, because that's pretty much all I cook on is iron cookware. So first of all, if you take really good care of your iron skillets, they will not only last you a lifetime, you will be able to hand them down to your children, and they will be able to hand them down to their children, and so on and so forth. So this one here, this little guy here, my grandmother used this for years, and she handed it down to me, and it is a treasure. I have really enjoyed cooking on it. Now, this little iron skillet doesn't work well for like big meals. You'll want some different sizes, but it does work good for eggs and for grilled cheese and for sauteing onions and mushrooms and little things like that. For one person, it might work great for whatever you need it for. So this one is really super seasoned, and it's really smooth, and it's totally non-stick. So it's great because I can cook on it with a little butter or non-stick spray, and I can cook eggs on it or whatever I want, and nothing sticks to it. So how do you get from brand new to here? Well, it's pretty easy. This one here is brand new. I just got this one about a month ago, and I've been using it. I've used it several times, and it is really nice and non-stick now. And I'm going to tell you how I got there. Okay, so when you first get one, it's a little rugged. This one's pretty new. I haven't used this one very much. I don't need to. This one is pretty rugged. It is pre-seasoned, but that doesn't mean that I don't have to do anything to it before I start using it. So when you first get it, the first thing you want to do is you want to rinse it off with some hot water, just from, the packaging and the travel. Just wash it off with some good hot water. And then you're going to want to cook something really greasy in it the first time you cook in it. So what I usually do when I get a new iron skillet is I usually just cook some bacon in it. I'll just throw some bacon in it and cook it. Now it's going to stick to it a little bit the first time because it hasn't created that nice non-stick surface, but it will, and it will in a very short amount of time. You're going to want to invest though in a good one. I've bought the cheaper ones and they don't work as well as the good ones. The brand that I like the most is Lodge, and I have found that those perform so well right out of the box. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, like I said, cook a really fatty food on it. Maybe some fatty chicken thighs, or bacon is just the easiest thing to do. And of course, you're not going to have any problem getting rid of that bacon after you've cooked it. So you're going to want to cook it in that. And then the first couple of times that you use it, because it's not non-stick, a little bit is going to be left behind on the skillet. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to scrape the food particles loose. Just scrape them loose with a little food scraper. You can get these at Walmart. Pampered Chef sells them. Everybody sells them. I've gotten one from every different place, I think. I love these things. They're great. But you can just scrape off whatever, and then wash it with a little baking soda and hot water with just a scrubbing. I have been using these on my iron skillets, and I really like them. So this is a little silicone iron skillet I picked up from Walmart, and it's got the little bigger nubbies on one side, and this is just for like easy to clean cookware or easy to clean dishes, plates and such. And then this is more like a scouring side. It's got like a whole bunch of little nubbies together. So I have found that this one is really great for the iron skillets. It works really good. Hot water, baking soda, and just a little scrubby the first time you wash it. First couple of times, probably, because it's going to stick the first couple of times you use it. But you just use a little baking soda, and then after you've used it a couple of times, cooking some fatty stuff in it, you're probably going to start to develop a non-stick surface, and you won't have to use the baking soda anymore. Okay, so now to washing. So after you've washed it every time, so once you've used your baking soda a few times and you've kind of created that non-stick surface and you don't need to use the baking soda anymore, you're moving on to just hot water in your scrubby. Wash it thoroughly, get all the food particles off, get it as clean as you can get it, then dry it completely, and then moisturize it with some kind of an oil. So olive oil doesn't work very well, but vegetable oil works good. Butter works great. Shortening will work fine. My favorite though to use is bacon grease. And I just keep a little container, and it's great to cook with too. I just keep a little container right beside my stovetop. And then whenever I'm ready to moisturize it, I just take a little corner of a paper towel, scoop up a little bit of bacon grease, and then I moisturize the skillet thoroughly and completely with that. So you don't need a whole heck of a lot. That might have been a little bit too much. But just moisturize the whole thing, the bottom of the skillet, not the underside, sorry, the bottom of the inside of the skillet and all along the walls of the skillet. Get it good and moisturized. And when you're drying your skillet, make sure you dry the entire skillet. So dry the handle and dry the bottom, the underside, the sides, dry everything, because water left on an iron skillet will create rust. And once it starts to rust, it's not going to work as well and your food's not going to taste very good. But if you follow these steps and you maintain your skillet in that manner, your food, you're going to find that food is a lot easier to cook. The heat distributes more evenly, and it's going to taste better because you're seasoning it with bacon grease, and it's going to have, the skillet itself is going to add flavor to your food. That's really the best part of it. So yeah, so just to recap, no soap ever. Don't ever wash your iron skillet with soap, not even the first few times, only baking soda. Do not ever put your iron skillet into the dishwasher. Always dry it completely and moisturize it with some kind of oil. Olive oil doesn't work well. Again, grapeseed oil doesn't work well. You're going to want to use a fatty oil, so a vegetable oil or some kind of bacon grease or animal fat is usually the best. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you got value out of this video, please like and share and send it to someone else who is wanting to know the best way to take care of their heirloom cookware. Thanks again. Bye-bye.